Good day, everybody. How are you doing? My name is Eric Anderson, and I'm just sitting here looking at this app on the phone called Metronome Beats. I've been using this app since 2014, and for the most part, I've used the free version of it, and I'm amazed at how much that it's grown. So my goal is to try to do a series of videos that actually just take a look at this app and try to peel back all the features that it has available. So today, all I want to do is just look at this app from the perspective of somebody who has just downloaded the app for the first time. Like, I have quite a few middle school age students that are downloading a Metronome app for the first time, and I suggest this one. And this is what they can expect to see when they first download the app. So, like, the important things for just using a metronome for its design purpose, I'd start here with the idea that these, like this orange and then the three yellow balls, so to speak, is just where the click is at. Right now, when you download it, it's set up to have 4 beats per measure or per bar, and there will be 1 click that will be against each beat. We'll break that down a little bit more. But when we get, from that, and I'm just going to turn this on so it's running all the time. It's really cool because when I look at the setting for the tempo, there's about 4 or 5 different ways that we can adjust that. You can either go by ones by pressing the -1 or the +1. You can also go by 5s to go up in sets of 5 or back down. A third feature that I kind of like a lot is that you can just start scrolling through like that, and you can hear the Nome kind of speed up, and obviously you can scroll down, but then you can also use the slider right here to just kind of roll across anywhere you want to be. So let's say I want to go like to 120, so I get close to, now I can just dial it back to 120. Another feature that I do like about this, actually let me go to this. Another feature that I like about this is that you can see this percentage where it's running at 100%, meaning that it's running right now at 120 beats a minute. But if I were to hit the 50%, immediately it drops it to half the speed, which would be 60 beats a minute. So this is one way of using this metronome app to, you run into a piece of music where you played at 120, but your skills aren't there yet, so you can roll it all the way back down to 50 or 50% without adjusting the original tempo. Get comfortable at playing at this tempo, then you could bump it up to 75% of the tempo that's mapped out. Get yourself up to that skill, up to that skill level, then push to 85, and then once you got that, push to 95. And finally push yourself back up to 120 beats a minute, which is 100% of the setting that you have selected. So as you can see in that, there's like 4 or 5 different ways that you can adjust just the tempo itself. So it's very user-friendly like that. You just figure out which one that you like the most. Again, taking a look at it, usually when you download it, it's going to come down with, it's going to be set up with 4 beats for each measure or each bar, and there's going to be 1 click for every beat. And I'll do future videos that actually discuss that. The last thing that I want to point out here really kind of pertains to the folks that are in like the orchestral music and the concert band music, because there's a tendency that composers have to, when they write their pieces of music, that instead of telling everybody that this song is going to be played at 120 beats a minute, what they might do is write in like this Italian word like allegro. So the idea is that there's a range of tempos that you can play in. And what I mean by that is that allegro is actually 120 beats a minute is at the lower end of that allegro. So if you keep bumping up, you notice that the word stays the same. You go up to 130, you're still in that kind of allegro kind of range. Go up even to 135, and you'll see that when we get to 140, that changes. But if we back it down to 139, we're still in that range that the composer might call allegro. So if we just go on the way that this app functions, it's really cool, because when you see that, the idea is that this song should be played somewhere between 120 beats a minute and 139 beats a minute. So the conductor actually gets to decide, okay, what tempo are we really going to play it at? And it's not quite as rigid. So it's just like one of those cool features that if you're looking at sheet music and it doesn't say play at that quarter note equals 120 beats, it has one of these Italian words like allegro, and another cool one is like adagio, which is pretty slow, and then andante. And you can see as you go all the way across to 300 beats a minute that you get to this prestissimo. So, and these are all just Italian words that are used in, or Latin words, I guess, that are used by composers to communicate the tempo or a range of tempos that they suggest that the conductor selects when they're playing this particular piece of music. So that's just a quick introductory kind of look at the Metronome Beats app. I will tell you this much right here and now. I'm actually a big fan of this app. For something being free, it has a ton of power that's built into it, extremely versatile. It's usable for a ton of different things. And as I continue going forward with these videos, I will start to unravel these things. So my final thing is this, my friends. If you have any questions about this app in particular, and I'll even go so far as to say any questions about like music theory related stuff, especially in the context of time signatures and rhythmic ideas, which is really, that's to me is like the big thing about a metronome. Please ask those questions in the comments down below. I will do the best that I can to answer them, or at least kick some ideas back and forth with you until we can reach an understanding of what we believe this, the answer to your question is. So with that being said, my friends, I'm going to get out for the day. You know the game that we all know on YouTube. If you're liking this, hit that like switch. Definitely share that with your friends. And really, that's about it. Subscribe to the channel is always a bonus as well. But my desire is that you just get something useful out of this that enables you to use this Metronome app to further your career and your abilities as a musician, regardless of your instrument. So with that being said, my friends, I'm out. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.